What's up, everybody? This is your boy Ben from the Fee News Network. I got a quick review for you of the new DC Comics deck building game Crossover Pack 5, The Rogues. I'm a big fan of the DC deck building game myself. I have every single set that's been released to date. Crossover packs aren't exactly the best products that come out for these sets, I believe. They are very fun, and they are a nice little diversion, but they're only fun for a couple of times, I think. That being said, the Rogue set is one of the better of the crossover packs. I'd place it a little bit above the Legion of Superheroes pack and above the Watchmen pack. I still do believe the Arrow set is the best, but the Rogue set is very interesting. It's very unique. And they usually do try to make unique sets for the crossovers because they are so small, so they try to pack as much creative content as they can for these small sets. So let's take a look at the box. This is a review, it's not an unboxing. I already opened it up and played a few rounds. So there's the front cover. And the back cover, you see it's got a $13 price tag. I did buy it at my local hobby shop, Emerald City, here in Florida. So you see it comes with 6 new supervillains that are playable. Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Heatwave, Golden Glider, Weather Wizard, and Trickster. Contains 61 game cards and rules. And this set is interesting because it introduces a new mechanic called Teamwork. Here's the supervillains. Essentially what Teamwork does is it allows you to play the top deck, or the top card of one of your foe's deck for free. And every supervillain also has Teamwork built into their card, which when you play it off the supervillain card, you also give your opponent 1 VP. So you're kind of teaming up here because you play as all the Flash villains, you know, Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Golden Glider, Trickster, Heatwave, and of course, Weather Wizard. And then there's a little rule book. So you're trying to team up in this deck with these relatively weak, by comparison, villains to the Flash, so you can take down the Flash and the other speedsters. Every supervillain in this deck is a speedster, every superhero in this deck is a speedster, with the exception of Hawkman, which they kind of just included for the sake of it, I guess. So the premise of this deck is to kind of scratch your foes back while they scratch yours. There are cards in the lineup, though, that allow you to teamwork without having to give your opponent 1 VP. So this is the lineup right here. I do have all my cards sleeved. I sleeve them right when I buy them. I got nice little red sleeves. They're pretty cheap, and red's my favorite color, so... Like, for instance, this card is 6 power to buy, teamwork a foe, attack, steal 1 VP from each foe. This deck also has heavy emphasis on the VP mechanic, which was introduced in Forever Evil and further expanded upon in the 3rd Crisis deck. But most of the cards you'll see in the lineup have no actual VP value. But when you buy them, you see when you buy this card, gain 2 VP. So this game has another heavy emphasis on using the VP as currency. For instance, look at this one. When you buy this card, gain 1 VP. Draw a card, you may pay 1 VP. If you do, destroy a card in your hand and or discard pile. So VP is another large part of this game. And this card is very cool, and I figured I'd show you this card because it only costs 4 to buy, but when you buy, you get 7 VP. But it's not good to have in your deck, because if you do not own this card, steal 2 VP from its owner. So if I was to teamwork my foe, and I was to play that via teamwork, I would get 2 of their VP. So they get kind of creative with the way the VP works, and what it's generated by, and whatnot. And here's the superhero stack. Like I said, they're all speedsters except for Hawkman. And this game actually does suggest and tell you to fight these superheroes in order of their toughness. So you start with the Flash. You have Jesse Quick, who's 9. Jay Garrick, who's 10. Hawkman, who's 11. Max Mercury, who's 12. Wally West is 13. Bart Allen is 14. And the final superhero to beat is the Flash, returned from the Speed Force. And I'm not going to talk about anyone except for this one, because this one is a very interesting mechanic. He does not have an attack at all, but he has a stack ongoing whenever he's out in the game. At the start of your turn, lose 1 VP. Which kind of is... It's rough, but it's not that rough. But then he has the other ability. Each time you play a card from your hand, discard a card. Players may teamwork any number of different foes. So essentially, when you get to this guy, you have to work together quite seriously in order to beat him, because you are not able to play a lot of cards from your hand, so you have to use your opponent's cards to play, unless you manage to use cards that are crazy powerful, like Blue Lantern's Powering or something. And I should say that I played every round of this deck with Heroes Unite deck, I figured that using it with Forever Evil would have been a little much with the VP generation and the destroying cards and whatnot. So yeah, all around, it's a very fun deck. I'll definitely be playing it some more. I've only played a few games so far, but it's definitely better than some of the other crossover packs. It's better than some of the Crises, in my opinion. I wasn't a big fan of the second Crisis, although the third Crisis, or Forever Evil Crisis, is probably the most fun I've ever had playing this game. So I'd say definitely check it out. It's only $13, and it's got a cool box, even sleeved. All the cards fit in the box, except for the heroes. You have to keep the heroes separate if you want to sleeve them, but they will fit back in the box. But granted, there's a multiverse box coming out later this year that you guys will probably pick up too. So all around, I'd probably say I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely pick it up if you get the chance, and if you're a fan of the deck building game. Once again, this is Ben from Fiend News Network. Keep on fiending.